Hi, today I'd like to show you some coins from my collection. We're going to start from A and work our way to Z. So that's a lot of coins, so it's going to be probably about 300 videos at the end. But this one is Afghanistan, the beginning. So Afghanistan is a mountainous country in the south west Asia, and it's near Iran and Pakistan, with India and China nearby. It's a very troubled history of wars. It seems to be constant wars. It was fought over by the British because it was a sort of a tug of war between Britain and Russia. When Britain had the Indian Empire, there was always fear that Russia would come in from the north and take over India. And Afghanistan was in the middle. So Afghanistan was fought over a long time during the British period. Britain put in puppet state emperors and rulers into Afghanistan. So it has had a troubled history since then. It's been constantly at war. This one is of 1833. So this is a period when there was no milled coins. So it's all sort of punched out of pieces of metal. And you can see down the bottom, there's a sort of a 1, there's like a 2 on its side with a long tail, a 0 and another 2. Now that is, in the Arabic script, it's 1, 2, 5, 2. Now to get it to common era dates like the ones we use in Britain, Anno Domini, for this period they use the Mohammedan calendar. So you've got to add on 581. So it's 581 plus 1, 2, 5, 2. So that comes to 1833. So 1833. And then you've got a little design on the other side. So quite a basic. It's supposed to be a sword between two leaves, if you can see it. I can't really see it, but there you are. You have to look at it with the eye of faith, I think. So these are the very early-ish coins from Afghanistan. Later on, they went up to (1920s), and then they went on to a solar calendar which added on another 40 years, so you have to add on 621, 622 to the date. Now with these coins you can usually tell that the Afghanistan ones, because there is a mosque and pulpit, and sometimes some arms. And you can see right at the bottom there, you can just about see it's a 13.5. So 1305. So when you put on 1305, you get 1928. So this period they did a solar calendar. My book is a bit old, so we've gone back to the Mohammedan calendar now, I would have thought, under an Islamic regime, but I'm not sure. So this is 1/2 Afghani, 1928, when it was still a kingdom. And they're made out of silver. So they're my two Afghan coins. The next one we're going to go to is Albania. So it's a small Balkan state in the south east of Europe. Has got onto the Adriatic. So it's opposite, just on top of Greece, opposite Italy. Its capital is Tirana. This one is one from 1926, a half Aleku. Now, this part of the world, southeast Europe, was overrun by Turkey. It was part of the Ottoman Empire up until the 19th century when bits were starting to break out. And Albania is the most Muslim of those countries. It took on Muslim identity and religion more than anywhere else. So this one's half Aleku. There's the name of the country in Albanian. Albanian is a strange, it's like an isolate, it's not very similar to any other European language. So this one is 1926. So it was a republic under that period. Then from 1928 to 39, it became a kingdom. And then it became under 1939. So this one's 1939. It was under Italian occupation from 1939 to 1944. So this one is under Italian rule. It's got Albania at the bottom. And it's got the eagle of Albania, 1939. And then you've got the king of Italy's head on that side there. So it was under Italian occupation for a while. It's opposite Italy. And then after the Second World War, it became a socialist country, but it wasn't part of the Eastern Bloc as were like Czechoslovakia, Poland, who were dominated by Russia. Albania was much more extreme, and it was much more under the influence of Mao and China. So this one we got $50. I'm not even going to try to say that. Is it Quindaka? 50 Dinquaka. And often these coins, they've got these sort of, I think it's to do with agriculture. You have these sort of barley or wheat things and the stars. It's aluminium, so very light. And then you've got the socialist sort of, not sure what these sort of things are. They're like an emblem around the side, which you get in a lot of these socialist countries like Czechoslovakia and that, where you've got a symbol in the middle surrounded by these sort of, and then a star at the top. So aluminium, very cheaply made. 19. Another 20. This one, 19. Again, you got the symbol, 1988. But again, it's made out of very cheap material. Albania's been a very poor country under the socialist regime. It never really went anywhere. It's only now that it's been liberated, as it were, as this is a 1996. So this is the socialism has gone now, so we're getting people like old heroes are coming up rather than socialist emblems. So people who fought the Turks or won independence for Albania. So you've got Republic of Albania on that side. And on this one, just very similar sort of thing, 50 leki. This one's another one. Again, we've got the date 2000, year 2000. It's a 20 leki, if I'm saying that right. And it's got a little boat on it, so there's no sort of socialist arms or anything like that. So it's mainly, I think it's like a old Greek boat with a porpoise or something like that on it. And on the other side, it's just a very plain 20 leki. This one's again 2000, but this is 100 leki. So it's a by sort of gold and silver, but they're not gold in the middle, it's just a gold colour. A lot of countries went into these buy materials to stop their currency being faked. Britain did it, France did it, Italy did it. So you got that period where there's lots of double colours. And again, you've got, looks like a Greek warrior on their coin. Lastly, we're going to go to Algeria, which is it was independent since 1962. It was it's North Africa. Algeria, it was under French control for a very long time. This one's 1987, 1 dinar. And so it is under the independent period. So it's an Arabic. And it's between Tunis and Morocco. And it exports wine, cereals, sheep, olive oil, alfalfa and spirits. And the capital Algiers. A lot of these sort of modern Arabic coins, they tend to have Arabic, Mohammedan and European dates to them. Well, I hope that was some interest to you, and I'll continue as long as at least one of you looks at it. I'll still carry on, and we'll get through, and eventually in a few years' time we'll get to Zambia or Zambia or any other ones that becomes with Z. Is it Zimbabwe? Is that the last one? We'll see. Okay, thanks for watching. Please look at my other videos. They don't go out of date. They're all about things that just don't go out of date, so they're worth having a look at. And I do it on a number of topics. I have made playlists. Please give it a thumbs up. That all helps to attract more customers. And I'll see you again soon, where I think I'm going to go to Angola. Bye.